Alrighty then.
I'm here. Sorry, guys.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, we just went on, so
Oh, okay.
no problems whatsoever. Hello,
Awesome.
hello everyone. Just a reminder that this is a charity game. Yada yada yada. Let's just dive right into what's happening. Um, Last week we missed out on doing something because a lot of us were busy. But anyone remember what our what happened?
Shit got real.
Mm-hmm. Nearly died.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Let's see.
Nearly. We're not dead yet.
Yeah, yeah. He's got it kind of like the old guy from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I'm not dead yet.
I
I
don't
don't
wanna
want
go
to go.
on the cart.
Jinx.
Yeah. Yes. See, I think yeah, we at least survived the onslaught minus a couple limbs.
Oh my god. Didn't you lose like both your goddamn arms? That was
Yep,
just
yep. Archan is now has prosthetic arms. Uh,
At least he is not unarmed.
yeah, this is true. Yes, yes.
although I'm a little suspicious. I feel like that problem was solved. Easy. Hmm.
But, yes, yes. Question now remains as to what we as a group, and especially Archan, may owe a certain Yuan-Ti.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I forgot. Oh man. That
Yep.
was intense. What were we fighting anyway?
A Warforged Titan.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We fought it until it ran away, or was called away.
It ran away. Okay.
Like a
Right.
bitch.
It was hiding somewhere we were investigating, right?
Yeah, I was in the basically the constabulary, the guards headquarters, Waterdavian guards
Oh.
headquarters,
Right. Okay.
where Wenley ended up getting buried underneath some of the rubble, and Arjan
Oh
climbed in
right. This is
and
all
fell a
my
couple
fault.
times. Yeah. Oh no, no, no! Arjan's the one who went. No, it's his fault. He's the one who went in after stripping off all of his armor and is dropping his
Oh.
weapons. He's like, okay, Ace now AC 12, I think it was, from an AC 19 to an AC 12, and he took a shot right to the ribs from one of those weapons that they had found. One of the murder, something like the murder weapons.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which I believe had dealt, if it's still in the chat, from
Much.
the.
Oh wow. Oh right. That
It was like
pneumatic
70 some off.
point driver thingy. Yeah. Oh
Yeah, I was
shit.
like 98 damage
Oh my
right off the
god.
bat, and he had a max of 128, so it's like,
Oh my
crap.
god. Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Good
And
thing
then
we're
he
like
decided, yeah, then he decided to blast it with his breath weapon, which did not go well.
mhm.
Yeah.
Dang.
He has been learning some pretty harsh lessons about shooting first and asking later. And then I think had to make multiple death saves because, see, I think made a death save. Actually, I think he rolled a nat 1, and then Wenley cast Healing Word, brought him back. He then got hit with a battle
Oh yeah.
axe from the thing,
Oh.
which killed him again, had to make another death save, but I think I rolled a nat 20 for that one.
Yep.
Like, rolled a nat 1, then rolled a nat 20. He came back, he's like, oh, stay away from the light, stay away from the light.
You kind of had to go coast to coast on that.
Yeah. And then let's see, after it kind of ran off, or before it ran off, that's when Ellie and Harky showed up under their own invisibility and started blasting it with Eldritch Blast. And what did Harky use? I forget.
Your invisibility twinned.
Yep. And then he came over and basically cauterized the wounds on Archen's arms. Or cauterized the stump and then the wound on the other arm.
Yep, I believe that is basically
Yep.
what happened. Oh yeah,
Yeah, after, yeah.
and then got their new arms, gave a
Mm-hmm.
manual, and that was it basically.
Yeah.
And with that, we will pick off where we left off. Or roughly where we left off. You guys are still sort of at the art, at the wherever you are. Have you decided where you will be after sort of leaving?
I do remember at the very end of it, we got teleported by way of Odyssey back to back to the exploded uh, guardhouse, just so that we could all meet up. Where we went from there, I don't quite remember.
Yeah,
No, wait, no, we did that. We picked up. Yeah, I went there. We came in, got everybody. Then we were still there last day.
All right.
Or either that or we got portal back
Yeah,
to the tavern. For the sake of clarity, let's just say we were portal back to the tavern.
Yeah, you are portaled back to the tavern, or at least outside of the tavern. By this point, rumors. Oh, go on, Jack.
No, I didn't have anything to say. Sorry.
Oh, okay. By this point, um, news, um, news, rumors, gossip, all that is currently spreading throughout Waterdeep like fire. Um, and you see that the door to the tavern is currently open, but you see that the the couple, um, from the fort are inside watching over the two kids along with the knight and the ghost.
Considering the ghost, that sounds like a paranormal lying fiction that needs to be written.
A ghost in the night.
All right,
Wait,
you know what?
I think there's a webcomic to that effect.
We need to set them up. Set them up. Obviously.
Uh, can repeat that because that he just
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
I said we need to set them up, guys. The knight and the ghost. Obviously.
and the two Avi and I'm totally blanking on his name.
Amber?
Um,
What was it? So with the E, I think. Like Amber or
Let me pull up my DM screen.
I can never remember both of their names either.
Yeah, I believe it is Eve something.
Yeah, it's E something.
And they see that you but all sort of arrived safely.
Yeah.
And they sort of pack up some items that they brought over and head on out.
Wait. What do you mean items that they brought over? Like
Like,
for us?
for watching over the kids, like board games,
Oh.
cards, toys, whatever.
Oh. Well, I mean, I thank them, obviously. And I say, I'll be over later to thank them properly, but right now we
Yeah.
need to have some home time. But yeah, thank them profusely and head inside.
I don't know about you all, but this date's been a little bit too eventful for my taste.
And you see that
So
the. Oh, go on.
it was it was awful. But we're home. That's what matters, right?
Hmm.
And we're all at least alive.
Ah,
Life is good.
but not entirely in one piece in some cases, but alive nonetheless.
Hmm. Yes, these things will take a bit of getting used to. But it's better than sitting around useless as well.
You're not useless.
I mean, the most problem you would have had would have been wielding a weapon or using any kind of divine spells that have somatic components.
But you're
Working
not
at the
that too.
forge, you know, basically everything that I know.
I think you're still getting used to the idea that you're not just a weapon anymore. But we can adjust to it.
And besides, at least that Warforge didn't get to your most important parts, that being what's between the shoulders.
Wenley
Ugh.
blushes. She's just like,
Little further north than that, dear.
she said, "Oh, that gives me an idea, actually." Oh. Anyway, let's head upstairs. Hmm?
Yes, I think some rest after all of that is in order.
Um, don't you worry about it. I'll see if I can get that taken care of. Uh, Liv, dear friend, would you come and help me in the kitchen?
You see that the specter comes on down as he was sort of taking the children up to bed, seeing the condition that our dragonborn friend is currently in, and don't want to shock both too much. And
Oh,
Leaf sort of nods and starts, prepping up the. I'm blinking here. prepping up all the necessary materials that you would need.
Hmm. To do what? Like for the day?
For whatever Eleonora needs.
Oh, okay.
So he's helping me with dinner is what he's doing.
Hmm?
So helping Nora with dinner then.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, I will take I will. Like I feel like I want to explain this to the children, but I don't want to leave our Chan. So,
I think yeah, he would probably, say, don't worry about me. I'm not that hungry right now. I don't know if I'm going to be hungry at any point tonight, so I'll just go up and rest. And
like,
he'll probably wait, kind of wave Wenley off, be like, "Don't worry about me. No need to fuss over me. It's you take care of
you
the kids."
hush right now. I almost lost you today. I'm not leaving your side. She'll go upstairs with him,
So
and
as
then
she's
to
going
say,
upstairs, Eleonora just retorts back, "You've already lost about 15 pounds today. I won't have you losing any more."
just leave it by the door, Eddie. Don't worry, I'll see he gets fed.
And before you head on up, Leaf, our ever silent specter,
Who
brings
has a
over.
name now? The ghost has a name? Oh,
Yeah, he always had a name.
well.
Um, yeah, he brings over a note because obviously specters are not normally able to talk. Um,
Hmm.
and on it, it just says, "This I put the children to sleep after what I heard from the lovely couple next door. I believe it might not be the best time for you to tell them, seeing that recent events might cause more of a problem for you. So, I believe it will be best for now to."
I appreciate you very much, Leaf, but I'll make the parenting decisions around here. However, um, yeah, I'll wait till morning. I'm glad that they're to bed. Thank you.
The ghost nods and heads on back to help Eleonora. And
That's almost a relief. I wasn't looking forward to that talk. The morning's better.
with that,
Come on then.
so you help Archan back up to your room.
Hmm.
Um, would you like to sort of continue role playing now, or just me wave off what you guys do for the night?
Um, there's I don't know. I'd be cool with either. Like I'm pretty sure they have to have like they might just fall right asleep.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think his mind is, just still kind of reeling. You're kind of just still coming out of the shock and not sure he's
yeah,
ready to deal with what happened.
right, exactly.
All right.
And
So
Yeah.
when he says there's something I got, a present for us for a special occasion, but that can wait. Will you just sleep now? I'll watch over you.
all right.
Yeah.
So throughout the night, you Eleonora makes some food, brings it up. Uh, you guys take your nap, all that, and you guys wake up in the morning, sort of all healed up to the best of your ability. Uh, yeah. You wake up all sort of from the effects of what happened the previous day,
Mm-hmm.
and all seems as though nothing has truly changed.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, except for obviously the new arms. Yeah. However, there is a note that was left from Odyssey as a normal sort of make sure you do this the day after sort of checklist.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that's basically it.
Like a PT kind of thing, like
Yeah,
physical therapy to get used to it, or
yeah, yeah,
something
yeah,
else.
yeah. Physical um, stuff. That's some normal things that you would need to do to make sure things don't
Oh,
f up
okay.
later
Okay,
on.
sure.
Some basic maintenance stuff that you can do at home,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
and less the things that if things start acting up, you should head on over. So far,
Mm-hmm.
none of you of what you experienced so far during the night happens. So you should be fine for now.
For now.
Yeah, yeah. For now.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see. Well, I only know it's not here, but so I can't do this. But what would you all want to do while for the day's activities?
Well, um, I don't know. Wendy just kind of wants to spend the day at home with her family. You know, I mean, I know we have to go out and find this thing and do something about it, but she's feeling very protective of her people now, of her family, and she's got to talk to the kids, but she's got to talk to our town. She's got to, you know, there's probably going to be a family meeting in the evening to discuss like what the hell, guys.
Mm-hmm.
But like for the morning, I almost feel like she wants to give everyone the comfort of just like calm and serenity. So she'll like um burn some like sweet smelling oil around the house. Um I think she has little like pottery things she made that are basically just like a candle holder with a saucer over it, and she'll just like put some oil in there and make the house smell nice. Bake some bread, spend some morning time with our child, and just like spend the morning just making the whole house like calm and nice and filled with the fresh bread for everyone, and and kind of take comfort in like all those that homey feeling um before they start discussing what to do next.
All right. All right. Um, with that, I believe actually we do have one wild roll left over from the last time, from the last
Oh
session.
no.
So,
Oh no.
Harky, please.
Oh, it's probably 9,000.
Ooh, near the bottom. 9951. Uh, what are your guys' heights again?
Okay.
Harky's too sick.
I don't know, like probably four something, 4'2".
Yeah, he's Archan is 6'5".
6'5", 6'5".
Oh
Okay,
boy.
let's see. Uh, ooh, there's nothing on this.
Oh,
Ooh. Um, as you all sort of clean up, um, what's level are you on, Archan?
Which level of the inn?
Yeah, yeah,
Uh, trying to remember. Did we say that that our rooms were up on the second floor or the third floor? That's whichever floor that was. I forget, but that's where he would be.
yeah. Did huh, did you guys just leave the game for
no.
some?
Hmm? No, I'm still here. I'm still on. Oh dear. I'm still on. Oh, roll 20. Everybody else just seemed to leave.
Yeah, that's the same for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just saw like the little
Yeah,
service interrupted thing, and I'm gonna go because apparently something important has come up
Hmm.
that I'm going to need help with. So.
alright,
Yeah. No,
alright,
no worries.
alright. So we can continue on here. Um, well, I don't think you're even the tallest person there, but I'll start hearing screams outside.
What? When? When
Oh
in the
joy.
Sort of while you are cleaning out the things. And
no, like when in the day, like
uh,
morning, afternoon, evening.
the mornings or while you guys were setting up stuff, cleaning, all that.
Okay, so still in the morning.
Yeah, still in the morning.
Okay.
Um,
Ah,
and with that, If you take on outside, you see that there is a uh, fire blorg, furblor or
Yeah.
whatever. Um,
Furbolg.
yeah, is currently being attacked by beavers.
What?
Yeah. That exactly
Uh,
is what happened due to the wild chaos.
Beaver attack.
Yeah,
yeah.
and you see that the local guards are currently trying to subdue the beavers, but it takes them a while.
Wenley just looks and is like, well, looks like someone's taking care of this problem. It needn't be us. Like, she is just not having it today. She's just like, all right, that's fine.
And as they subdue, uh, you see that um, people that you recognize, Odyssey, and the Officer Brant. Both of them are walking on up. May I, um, Officer Brant walks up, and may I speak to you for a moment?
Hmm?
He's got some information yesterday after the whole fiasco.
That's a word.
May we enter in?
Oh, one day, only one day. All right, all right. Right, come on in.
Thank you.
Ellie will be happy to see you at least. Not that I'm not. I mean, I'm not, but that's not your fault. You understand, right?
hmm And both enter on in. And Sir Brent turns to all of you who are currently here. We've received some noticeable information from a source who was near an area of a reported sighting. We found out that there would seem to be some tunnels in Waterdeep that have, let's say, crucial points of interest that might be where the our little friend might be hiding in.
Let's leave off the euphemisms, eh? You think the Warforged is down there?
Yes. Do you know of the tavern of, let's see, the Yawning Portal?
Yes.
Of course.
Well, there seems to be some tunnels or codes we aren't really sure where underneath where there there might be some crucial points where we believe they are located could look be sorry, let me restart. There's some critical points that we believe the Warfords might be located in. We don't know exactly where, but we do believe with some of our informants who do venture down there, there might be some crucial information of there being more than what was taken from the police station. And we do believe that there might be some army of sorts that are being built and managed down there. We don't know exactly for what, or even if that information is completely accurate. But if somehow it is true, then we would need some assistance. I know with what happened yesterday, your compatriot is not in the best of situations. And I'm not asking you to help locate them. But with how you are the most familiar with the device, and you assisted us so far, I would like to ask you again to help assist us with our search.
Frank, you realize what you're asking, don't you? More than
Yes,
anyone else, we have a right to want to get as far away as possible.
yes, we completely understand. And that's why we come asking, not ordering.
Oh, and I certainly hope not. That wouldn't go very well at all. It's just, and I hope you understand my hesitation. It's not that I'm not grateful to the city that's taken us in, but there are children in the home. We can't only think of ourselves anymore. I want to help. I want to see that thing just broke to bits. But we can't do it alone.
I completely understand. If you do not feel like you're up for the challenge, or the
Well, I didn't say that. It's just, it's just Debbie. I can't leave her orphaned, you know. Have you? There are mages in Waterdeep, people that could help us, could advise us, could give us some sense of what we're walking into at least. That took us completely by surprise.
I completely
So
understand.
if you will see, if you can get some of those, you know, Mrs. High and Mighty to do what they can to make our journey a little safer, I might be more inclined to take on the risk.
We can see what we can do. And I can
Thank you.
also send over any information that we have over to you about the Warforged Titan that was
Oh, I just hope
attacked too,
so.
as well. And she takes out a sheet of paper and writes down several names. And she hands it off to one of you. Here are some people who were behind the creation of the Warforged. Take, feel free at any time to get in contact with them, to get any information. We don't still know much about the weapon, but we could help mitigate any sort of powers that might come off of it. Well, I'm going to head on off. And Officer Brandt goes on up and takes her leave.
Wait a moment. The silver hand and the black staff. I should imagine they'll want to talk to us, and I sure as hell want to talk to them. See what you can do to arrange it.
Wait, what's two people?
The
Sorry, I blanked.
silver hand, and the black staff.
The black staff. I can see what I.
Wenley is throwing some fucking names around. That's like the Open Lord of Waterdeep and the head of the Grey Cloaks. I
I can
think.
see what I can do.
Thank you.
Wenley going Karen.
Oh, she doesn't like to, but when it comes to her family, I can't really call her a Karen, but let's say she'll go aggro if she has to.
And with that, uh, Officer Brandt takes her leave, but not before turning around.
Yeah.
Before I forget, we do have some information about who was behind the attack.
Oh.
Apparently, he is a mad changeling. There's some. You don't know the specifics of what he did, but he is of high priority to
A
try to catch.
changeling.
Yes.
Well, what do you mean?
Well,
One of them what changes their face?
yes.
I thought they were just in stories.
Apparently not.
So the person who did this could be anyone, anytime.
Could be anyone or anything.
This is why we set up the keyword.
Right? Wait, what's the keyword? I forgot. Out of character?
You.
Future purses, if you're able to find a way to fit that into a
future
sentence.
person. Okay. But out of character, I may need reminding, even though my character definitely remembered.
It's also in the notes section on the Discord.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Let's see. Oh yeah. Make sure. Oh yeah. The we don't know the specifics of what he did, But all we really know is that this man or this thing is
What?
is highly
Necklace.
highly dangerous and you need to be careful. If what happened in the at the police station happens elsewhere, he would not know if he will be able to stop them. So be prepared. And with that, she goes on out and heads off too.
Okay.
And so Odyssey is still there. Or did she leave with Brant?
Leaves with Brant, and
Oh,
she
okay.
heads on up to make sure everything with your arm was okay.
Yeah. Oh, I think he would have. Arshan, he when they first got there, he was still upstairs, but upon he was hearing some of the commotion outside, and he eventually would have gotten up and from resting some more to head down the stairs, and probably just as they were about to leave, he would have come to the bottom of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
On hearing once again the possibility of there being a changeling, I think Eleanor would put it upon herself to try and see and find out whatever she can about changelings to kind of try and give us all a little bit of an edge.
Alrighty. You find out. Or okay, okay, okay. You know that there are multiple libraries around for you to go to try to learn as much as them as possible.
She probably would go back to the main one that she's been going to, probably because I imagine it's about time in the day for her to go out for her calligrapher supplies lessons for the day anyway.
Okay. Cool. So, roll me. I'm trying to get a sheet up for this. Alright, here we go. As you search around, you find out some more information. Of course, you do find that their chains leads do have an ability to change their appearance and voice. only that they have some and they're really they are known for their speech, but not much is known the um, about them other than that as you look through the books.
Okay, you said something about something unique about their speech. Anything particular in that? Like,
Um, they they can mimic any sort of speech pattern, like to a T.
There we go.
unique exotic languages associated with them, maybe?
Um,
Like, I'm willing to roll a nature check to find out more.
yeah, history check, please.
Okay, let's. Uh, so, all right, is just straight roll advantage, disadvantage.
Straight roll.
12. Mm,
12.
12.
You don't see that they have any distinct sort of speech pattern. Like, you know, they normally can um, mimic the sounds of any sort of creature. Like tabaxi, turtle, you name it, they can mimic the voice. Cancun, anything. And it will sort of mimic their speech patterns and all that. But you do also learn that they cannot mimic any languages that they don't know.
So, say if they didn't know Sylvan,
If they know it's Sylvan, they can speak it.
yeah, if they know Sylvan, they can
Oh,
speak it, but if they don't,
Yeah,
yeah,
if they
but
don't, then they
they
can't
can't
speak.
they can't mimic what they don't know.
Yeah,
And they can only mimic our voices if they've heard our voices.
yes.
So, hmm.
so that gives us an additional layer of protection because anyone
So,
who would have heard Ellie speak beyond some very niche circumstances where it's pretty much just her, Winley, and Hipponia,
yeah,
no one would have ever heard Eleonora speak Sylvan.
exactly. And, huh,
So as soon as she is back to the tavern, Eleonora is going to share that information with Wenley first by
mhm,
speaking Sylvan to her.
right.
Since I had helped her
I'm
learn Sylvan.
so glad we learned Sylvan now. That was really great. Um, Also, Wenley will share that there was another dialect she spoke when she was young. So she's like, if someone is imitating me, they might speak like this, and then she'll switch to like a different dialect, and it's kind of the same, but it's a lot like harder and sharper. And she'll say like, "Tell me to speak as I did when I was young, and if I don't switch to this, then you know it's not really me." We're still got to figure out. That's a way we can communicate, though, without anyone being able to listen in.
Oh yeah, you do also learn one other crucial information, or two other crucial information. They cannot change into any race that have any sort of weird limb changes, such as centaurs
Tail!
or uh,
So what you're saying is they couldn't replicate, say, the falcon-like wings of an Aarakocra.
no, they cannot
Does
imitate.
our son have a tail?
So
Uh,
if they can't fly, they ain't me.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah.
couldn't do it.
No, they cannot like
And
physically change their appearance
their
to get.
mass. Oh, so they couldn't be Wenley, you guys, because they can't change their mass.
Well, they can change
So,
their height and length, but they cannot change their mass.
right,
Yeah, they
exactly.
cannot
So,
grow additional limbs.
So
Yeah,
so
right.
thick Wemley.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, so, so basically, out of all of us, they could replicate Harshan, they could replicate Winley, they could replicate Harky,
Well, they
or
can't replicate Arshan. He doesn't have his real. The
yeah,
changeling will
no,
only
they
replicate
couldn't
the
do
real arms,
Wenley,
not the.
Harky. I if Archan has a tail, they can't do Archan. Also, well, we have to find out how tall this individual is, so we can like kind of approximate their mass. But basically, they can't do Eleanor. So like, wow. Oh,
yeah.
but at least
We picked almost the perfect party composition for
I
dealing
know.
with
I
changelings.
I was like, we're fine because we're freaks. That's cool.
The
Well,
only the only one who's in any danger of being replicated is you.
Iona as well.
Fiona, yeah,
Yeah, the
Ilona.
only people who are in any danger are Iona, a shadow guy, and Windley, a halfling.
Well, I don't think they could do. Wendy's like really tiny. She's like 4 foot. So they could only do Wenley if they were like hella thick.
Oh yeah, and the
Thick
other
Wemley.
the other information that you do learn is that their clothing and equipment when they're changing do not change with them unless it's magically attuned to do that.
So if they were like,
So
say, standard human height, and they tried to replicate something of the same height as Eleanor, who is only 5 foot, all of their stuff, all of their clothes, unless they were magically attuned to do so, would just like fall off of them.
yeah, or uh, if they want to change into a Winley, the their armor and stuff. If they're, it's not like oh, it can magically attune to any race or shape, then it will not. It'll just simply fall off if they're normal human height.
Okay, so here's the thing, though, that I just realized. This means that Odyssey is not possibly the changeling, because
Because
Monty Pureblood, Lance Tail,
the breed purebloods don't.
but
Right.
but
But
someone could replicate Sylvania.
oh my god, yeah, hella easy. She is what
And
is
as
she?
soon as
She's
Eleanor
Sylvania.
realizes this, she's like, "Oh shit, I could be dating a changeling."
I'm pretty sure you have ways of telling.
You'd think that, but that's not something that normally comes up in a relationship, whether you're the same species or not. You know, how you know, it's not every day that you hear about someone finding out that their loved one was a changeling. I mean, outside of some very niche kinds of literature, which I've heard of, but I've never read.
Oh yeah, we did a play with a plot like that. It was a big hit. Listen, you've got ways of knowing it's her. It's just gonna be a bit awkward to check in every time. But I'm sure you can turn it into a game. She winks.
The thing is, we are we're reasonably certain that at least within our little circle here, most of us are not likely to be replicated by this changeling.
Right.
Certainly, for various different reasons. Arjan, because of his enormous stature and because of recent developments. Haki, because of your small stature and your tail. You, you're Renly, you possibly could be replicated, but only if it's
It
if
has
it's a
to
changeling
grow
who
a
is
little
naturally
bit
of petite
hair.
stature anyway.
Can we grow hair? That
And then
doesn't make
and then for
sense.
me, if they can't fly, and then for me, well, the easy way to tell is they wouldn't be able to make the wing. They wouldn't be able to make the wings, and even if they could, they wouldn't be able to fly because they don't have natural abilities granted find to avian people like myself.
Right.
In addition, we have the additional layer of our language. So if for some reason we do come across someone who looks like Wenley but doesn't know Sylvan, we know it's not you.
But what about Ilona? I worry about her. Then again, we could just ask her to say one of her prayers.
I would think it also wise for us to, for those of us who are recently gaining, who have recently gained divine abilities, in your case, Arjan, or more advanced magical ability, or more advanced arcane magic like myself, or in your case with your musical magic swimming, we might want to find ways where we can either
Right.
detect or ward off such kind of creatures.
Arky will wave. What about wild magics?
That too, but I was thinking of something a little less exploding.
Ah, explodey fun though.
I mean, I mean, as hilarious as it would see someone able to change into anyone or anything suddenly, but burst into flame. Anything that causes less potential of damage to us is definitely a benefit. But your arcane abilities to if we can find ways to ward against such things with your abilities as well, that's certainly welcome.
Well, that's easy for me. I can do magic and play 6 instruments, and I doubt this is a cat.
Did. And if nothing else, this puts to bed one concern that we had. Within a reasonable degree of certainty, we know we can trust Odyssey.
We can trust one.
We know we can trust Odyssey.
Well, to not be a changeling, at least. Not anyone.
Oop. Accidental technology.
Yeah. I ended up losing y'all earlier, and I was like, ah, crap! I had to hang up and join back in.
Oh, I accidentally hung up.
All right.
But yeah, Archain was actually about to pipe, chime in at that point too, and say, I was just making sure I wasn't muted.
Yeah, you're good.
Yeah, we know at least that she's not a changeling, but how do we know? Or well, I'll just say we don't know whether or not they may be working together. She
did,
did conveniently come to the inn to let us know that she had information.
Hmm.
that is true. That is why I did say to a reasonable degree.
Ah, yes.
To certain extents we can trust her. At the very least, we can trust her to not be this changeling. And
Right, but only that.
that she does still
And from
want
this,
she does still want some monitoring as we had already planned.
I don't
Though
trust her,
not,
and I
I
don't
don't
want her.
think. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting you, Wenley.
Oh no, that's all. I was just complaining about her. That's all.
So, okay, quick question about what I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
Did I learn if changelings were any specific special type of creature?
Uh, you,
I
all,
mean, with that history roll, I suspect probably not. But and
all, all you really know is that they're um from what reports there are about the changeling race. You would know that there is normally supposed to be uh like they're more humanoid than any other sort of creature in Faerun that we that anyone knows. But normally there is no other distinguishing information that you got other than that. Because there's few known information about what truly is a changeling. Because normally they take up appearances of different races, majority of the time.
yeah, shot in the dark.
Alrighty. Let's see. Um, is there anything that you guys want to do for the rest of the day? saying that you all sort of took care of your businesses.
Then they giggle manically at their fur bulk being attacked by beavers.
Actually, let's see. Everyone, actually, please roll me a D100. Or someone roll me a D100.
39.
Never mind.
There you go. Sorry, I was already starting to type out the roll, what to roll.
Alright. Uh, as the day goes on, you all do your own little things. Um, you, someone comes into the bar, and they're all dressed up in sort of lavish clothes, but they are hidden, or their face is hidden. They order some food, yada yada yada, and they sort of leave in a hurry, leaving a bag as payment.
Huh. Well, that's suspicious.
In addition, there is a note attached addressed to E, quote unquote E.
There's only one person around here with an E in their name.
What about Epona?
Oh, right. Sitting here. Although she's a little bit young to be getting mail to aim directly at her now, isn't she?
Is anyone going to take a look?
Where's where's a 10-foot pole when you need one?
I'll go ahead and take a look at it.
Inside is a note for a certain former resident of um, former member um, of what um, what's your family name again, Eleonora? You keep forgetting.
Raptorix.
Raptorix, and I think you were
Raptor.
thinking of Loudwater as
Yeah, yeah, but Loudwater. Um, addressed. It says, "Be prepared for those who may be a part of the Raptiric name." And inside, there are some gems with some familiar looking items. A piece of a what you could assume to be a beak. Some feathers
Holy shit!
and an eyeball. All these items, you would know,
Wow.
Eleonora, are from your father.
Oh my god.
looks like my parents pissed off their own people, and not just me.
Well. Oh boy.
I could have seen this coming. They're not exactly subtle in their various machinations and businesses. They've never did know the art of tact or discretion. Ironically, I learned more of that from thieves than I did from my own parents.
Eleonora, you do see that the letter is signed by a family name that you don't know of
Mm.
of Beeves.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to spell that out for me. You're gonna have to like type that out so I know what it's spelled like. Thieves.
Yes, that's all was on indicated as a name on the note.
It doesn't track with anybody that I knew when I was in Loudwater.
No, and specifically, you would not recognize this name as any of the businesses that would be connected to your family that you know of. As of, business partners per se, or people that, like personally your parents that screwed off. You do not know anyone per family that would have been personally affected by your parents. But you can roll a history check if you want to.
I think I will do that. You know what? I don't feel like I can afford to fail this, so I'm going to go ahead and use a buck for inspiration. So,
Okay. Remember to indicate how much is left for your donations.
Okay, got that. So, let's roll me a history check with advantage, shall we?
19.
19.
You would remember that a person, there used to be a family in Loudwater that was sort of a moral opponent to yours. That normally would have feuded um, with them for your family for the longest time until they were kicked out under the guidance of your family and others due to a incident of hiring some suspicious people to attack the city. And the last known words as they were taken out of the city was some choice words against anyone with the last name of Raven.
Rapterex.
Yeah, Rapteryx.
Oh, for
I, re-
2.
I remember these. I remember these folks. This is insane that they would think to do this. They were usually like the most upstanding people in well, at least compared to my own parents. But when my parents managed to finagle things so that they were kicked out on false pretenses after
Oh,
suspicious individuals attacked the city.
no, it's no suspicious. It was clearly they hired them. Hired people to attack the
But
city.
I suppose they already had a history of their morals being strained to the breaking point already against my parents. But damn it, Rasia, Kestrin, damn fools! You should have known this would happen to you. Kept screw, kept screwing around with as many people you could. It's a wonder I still have friends in Loudwater. And now, well, and she just thunks the bag with her father's remains on the table. I'll be damned if I'm gonna pay for your respects, for your mistakes, old man.
I, Ellie, if they come after you, you won't have a choice. You need to think about this.
Oh, I know I know they'll come after me,
If they come after, I explode.
and I know.
Well,
Well, much
wait a minute.
appreciated for that, Hockey. But I know if they come after me, I know I'm not going to have any choice but to deal with them.
Oh,
Here's the
well, you
thing.
don't necessarily have to. They hate your parents, not you. You could find an ally in them. I mean, you'd have to sell out your parent, which, well,
Well,
Mm.
aside from the actually, aside from me selling out my parents, which I don't even know where my mother is right now anyway, so I wouldn't be able to do much selling if I were inclined to. Aside from that, do you honestly think someone pushed to these limits is going to care that I'm different? than my
No,
parents.
no, of course not. I think you'd have to prove it.
Indeed. I just hope that they're
I didn't
still
say
capable
they
of
swore.
reason.
I said you could convince them that you're on their side. At the very least, we need to push this up. We can't deal with it right now. We've been asked by the city to.
Indeed. But I just hope when the time comes and I do need to reason with them, that they're still able to listen.
Well, I didn't say reason. I said manipulate. There's a big difference. Don't count on them listening to reason, but be savvy about it. Lie to them, Eleanor. Lie to them. Tell them that you'll sell out your parents for them, and then we'll think of a plan.
Health rumbles when good people go to war, Winley. These were good people once.
Ugh.
I don't know if they are now, but they were once.
The difference isn't as big as you think, Ellie. It really isn't. Mostly, it depends on the day. Now we've got a mission to think about, and I think a big choice. A really big one.
Indeed.
It's a life we've built for ourselves here. How much does that mean?
Well, in the meantime, we should find some way to dispose of this. And she just flippantly gestures to the bag.
No. Well, see, okay, the thing is, there are magical things one can do with that, if you know what I mean.
Last we heard of my father, he was in a jail cell. If he's been dead long enough to get over here, he's been dead too long for most cleric abilities.
Ellie, they didn't send his heart. We've no proof he's dead at all. And I is what someone sends, well, when they've got a hostage that they're willing to hurt, but they're still hoping you'll come through. I don't want to explain how I know that. If he was
And
dead,
at that moment, Eleanor is just kind of getting the image of her in the head of her father, Kestrin, being plucked bald and with no beak, and one eye missing. And she has to admit the image is at least somewhat amusing.
oh boy, I don't think you're as. Oh. Well, like I said, the line between good people and bad people isn't as big as you think, Ellie.
Like, no, knowing what these people did.
I wasn't talking about them.
Here's the other thing on this. When they were kicked out of town, I was not yet an independent bird. I was still barely a hatchling. So as far as they know, far as they know, the egg has not gone far from the nest, metaphorically speaking.
I doubt they're going to care whether Tazun. If they've held on to this grudge for this long, Ellie, it's got nothing to do with sense. Not anymore.
Well, if I'm able to talk to them, I'll be able to talk with them. If not, I have a magical rapier that I've yet to break in.
We really can't get distracted with this, not right now.
Indeed. in fact, just kind of the flippant reactions that Eleanor is having this is she's trying to put this out of the mind because even looking at the
Right.
note and what it represents,
Yeah.
this is her parents failing.
Wow. So, Winley is gonna try. Wait, do I have I have a bag of holding. Okay. So, Winley is gonna send a word to an enchanter in the city. I'll hire someone on the street to send it for a couple silvers to take a message to the enchanter that we need to commission a box that will hold things in a state of uh, preservation. And then in the
Fridge.
meantime, she's just going to create something as airtight as she can. Like, take a jar and fill it with, I don't know, vinegar, whatever you use to preserve things. I do know this, but, or honey or something, and put the eye and the beak in there, and then seal it up with wax.
The
All right.
feathers, Eleanor is just going to add that to her component pouch for Featherfall for use for future Featherfalls.
Right. Because she knows vaguely that there are magical things you can do with pieces of a person,
Mm-hmm.
but she also is like, eyes don't last long, so we're just gonna pack this in honey and put it in the bag of holding for now, because that's hella gross. There's
Yeah,
an eye in my backpack.
just kind of try to keep it in some state of repose.
Kinda, yeah, basically.
All right. You are able to track down someone to um, sort of take the note, the package, and any sort of payment to a local person who can sort of deal with that sort of situation. You are able to, however, let's see. See that some of the gems that are inside of the package do sort of resemble uh, something familiar with all of you who
Oh.
you do. Whoever wants to roll insight. All right.
12.
Uh, I would say averaging it out. You both see that the there are specifically five gemstones inside,
Oh Lord.
and they seem to contain some sort of additional message.
Eleanor is going to take the gems and kind of arrange them in kind of the similar pattern that we had to arrange the coins previously.
All right. Um, as you do, they activate, coming up to and a holographic image pops on up.
Wait, a holographic image?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
And you see that the image before you. And remind me, Eleonora, JR, do you have any siblings?
No.
No? Any family members that you do like of in your family? And obviously you know, other than your parents.
I'm going to say there was a cousin that would have been hatched around the same time as she was. It would have been about the same age.
All right. Oh, you
And her name would be Hobby, Habi.
you see that that person has alongside a few other members of your family.
You're playing right into the GM's hands! Ah!
um, you see them all sort of tied up.
And as she sees that, you can see her eyes go wide and go, Hobby.
And you see big X's painted across their shirts. What with what you assume to be either really red paint or blood.
Wish they get to the one member of my family I actually cared for.
You know that you've got to rescue all of them. You may not like them, but nobody deserves this.
I mean, my aunt and uncle, I told them, was at least a lot more tolerable than my parents. I certainly don't have quite the enmity for them that I do for my
Not
parents, but
even your parents deserve to be tortured. And Leonora, what is wrong with you?
And you
I
see
was getting to that.
mm, and in addition, you see near the bottom a list. All the people that you know that are pictured in the things have huge X marks. And the only
Oh.
real names that are left behind are your father, your mother's, and yours name
Oh, shit.
uncrossed out. And next to them,
Oh.
your father's name has the city that you last known him to be in. Your name with Waterdeep next to it. And your mother, three question marks.
At least they don't know she is either. Thank the gods for that.
Something tells going to explode them.
Well,
I certainly won't stop you, Hockey.
I just thought of something. Ellie, how can we move on this if we don't know if they're tracking? They know where you are. They know you're going to try to find her before they do. What if you lead them right to her? You can't move on this. Not
Then
without
I ha-
thinking it over.
then I have a much better idea. Her eyes narrow. And she
We
just looks
find
out
her.
into space. We make them come to us.
I was thinking more like an amulet that would protect us from scrying or something like that, actually. But
Want to mess with my family, even the ones I don't like. As far as I'm concerned, they think they can take me out. They're fucking welcome to try. I'll make them regret that mistake.
And with that, we end our story there with you guys for today's session. But there's a little thing that one of our members wants to do. You
okay,
may have realized that one particular tall dragonborn boy has not been speaking for a while.
I did wonder about that. I kind of wanted a scene before. What's going on?
And you guys, our camera moves off from the group and moves towards Archan, who had stumbled his way out of the tavern, leaving a note of what he's doing, and goes to the Timora temple.
Or Tamara.
Tamara temple.
Yeah,
And
he would walk in and first things first, he would drop a gold piece into the alms box.
as you drop it in, you feel like someone hits you across the head. And you look around and you see that you're now in a familiar location with a really familiar face of, you know, her.
Okay. Oh, they even have to use the amulet. Okay.
Just
And
get
he
page
would,
slapped.
yeah, yeah. He would probably, he would kneel, and kind of bow his head to her, probably putting one of his hands on the back of his head. That's one way to get my attention, my lady.
Oh, you know about us for a long time. Us gods are quite the people who like to get people's attention.
Yes, yes. After the incident of a few weeks ago, I would say so.
Well,
But I'm sure you, and he would raise up his arms,
yep,
are aware of what happened.
yes.
I've been too brash, too unthinking in my actions. I'm still trying to break free of or to redeem myself of the life that I knew before I met Wenley and Harkeen, Ellie, Iona, everyone I've traveled with and come to meet and know. I think they're helping me, but it's still tempting to give in to my rage. I come to you now to ask what more I can do to break free of that cycle.
First things first. She walks up to you. Do you carry around that amulet that
Oh yeah,
Arlios?
yeah. He would have the amulet. He would have he'd be wearing the amulet. He was planning on, probably having to use that to hopefully contact her.
Um, she goes up to you, takes the amulet, and she takes the left arm that holds that emerald, and you see a bright light flash.
Okay.
And as the light goes down, you see that now your hand is imbued with the um, same emblem that was around your neck, but
Okay.
the emerald sort of in the middle of it in the shape of Timora.
Oh, okay. The seven-pointed star.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go. And with that, I believe the best course of action for you now is to hone your powers and start manifesting and channel all that anger, guilt, remorse into figuring out your power. By doing that, you will be able to redeem yourself by protecting others around you. I will continue giving you assignments, messages through your hand. And she snaps her fingers, and you see that there appears to be a small little list of things to do.
Okay.
By following the list, you will not only redeem yourself, but able to help those around you. I listen to those who come to my temples. For the most part, many of them go unfulfilled. I would like you, once you have time, to go through the list and assist others when you can.
He would bow his head at that. Yes. Yes, my lady. And if I take it my powers, what whatever they are, come from you?
Well, like any person who has more of a direct line, it comes from what you could say a living pool of energy that's from our domain. Each one of us deities have a portion of that pool. So, by extension, yes, you're channeling through me, but so does any other deity you can derive it from. However, if perchance you, let's say, fall out of favor with a deity who could potentially lose access to that channel, and either you have to seek redemption from that deity or by trying to gain favor with another one.
I understand. But I turned to you so many years ago because I wanted to find mercy and redemption for what I did in the name of Thay. And
Of,
so I would swear my oath to you, my lady, like dragonborns of old, the Terrian Code.
and here,
And oh, go ahead.
go on. What were you gonna?
At that, he would kneel again and kind of that left hand over his chest say, mercy, justice, and good above all, honor and respect to just leaders, honor and devotion to the good and just, honor and duty to her mercy, Tamara, honor and duty to the balancer, Lendis, honor and duty to the justice maker, Bahamut,
And
honor and protection for the other peoples, honor and teaching for the enemies of justice and good, honor and forbearance for oneself.
as you were saying that, you hear one after another voices that add on to what you were saying. And you sense that old um, spirits of Nick Knights start forming around you, sort of inducting you into the order. Then you
Okay.
feel a heavy set of armor placed around you. And remind me, what is your highest armor class? Armor
Uh,
gain?
yeah, his when he's wearing chainmail, it's 19. If he's got chainmail and shield, it's 19. Uh, yeah, because the chainmail gives him 16, but he can wear heavy armor.
You can. You're proficient with heavy armor.
Yes. Yeah.
Let's see. D&D. You feel. What's your strength modifier again? Or your strength?
Strength is 17.
17. You feel like they're. You said that you had chainmail, correct?
Yeah, he's got. Well, he wasn't wearing his armor. He doesn't have
Okay.
any armor on right
Oh
now.
yeah, and you're a fighter, so you get that +1 to AC, correct?
Yeah, yeah, from his fighting style,
Okay.
got the +1 to AC.
Um, you feel like a heavy thing in form around you,
Okay,
and you look down, and you see now that you're wearing some splint armor
okay,
with um some leather parts of it in the design of Timora. And you do see some of the pieces of your chainmail that you wore beforehand attached. Now, before you head on off, there's something that I want you to quickly do for me.
yes.
There is a person in that school of yours that might assist you with that problem of yours. As he indicates both of your arms.
Hmm. Yes.
They might provide you and everyone else with some well needed items to help you through your adventure. They might not provide much, but they will provide enough for you to withstand another attack like that.
And who is the person that you would have me speak to?
That person, his name is. And you phase on out before she finishes what she was saying. And that is where we're going to finish today's session.
Oh
Okay.
no. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
Clearly,
I didn't get
this.
to do. I didn't get to do either of my scenes. Shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. It's fine.
Um. Yeah. This is more of a sustained session from the last one. I clearly did not want to, go through
Yeah.
too much um,
Sure.
combat or stuff because I don't want to continue doing too much in the way of that. Um, I feel like the best course of action right now is for you guys to say if you're on anything else and got any plans or anything for the next session.
Well, there was a scene with Archen I definitely need.
Alrighty.
Um, and yeah, I also think I really want to meet with one of the leaders of the leaders of Waterdeep.
All right.
and be just like, what the hell? What the hell, guys?
Please,
Like,
oh, go on.
she's cool with them hiring rando adventurers to like deal with stuff, but not without support from the city. Like, come on, this is the city of Waterdeep,
All right.
you know.
As for Eleonora, I think the way things are going, I can best sum up in a quote from the 11th Doctor: Good men don't need rules. Now is not a good time to find out why I have so many.
Oh wow, that's a lot to unpack.
Alrighty. Anyone have anything planned for this week? Or yeah.
Just keep an eye out on Casual Shadow JR. If I have any high spikes for Crossing turnip prices, I'll be posting that because I've been keeping an eye on that. And if you've been keeping track of your own turnip prices, there are various different ways that you can kind of predict when your spikes are, and I can help with that too.
If no one else has anything planned, uh, I will be doing a new campaign that's going to happen every Sunday at roughly 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm not sure if I'm going to do a charity for that portion or it's just random stuff. I might let it live for a few sessions so so players on that campaign will be acclimated to each other and won't be bona fide craziness right out of the gate. But yeah, it's going to be, let's see, Faerun's Kuros, Faerun Kuros, where the players will be stationed at the city of Neverwinter, going out under the command, under payment of a mystery man named Cinnamon K to gather mysterious items and trinkets around Faerun, specifically in the Swords Coast. And unlike this campaign, it will be more geared towards half roleplay, half combat, if possible. No promises, though. And with that, we will end our session here. Goodbye.